All right, I started maybe for a few minutes and it just got chopped off. So here we go again. It disappeared. Yeah, I have some funny stuff going on right now with my internet. Plus, I spilled some essential oils on my laptop, which is where my camera is. So now between some kind of funkiness from the internet that I have to make sure I keep shutting off the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi rather, um, while I'm recording these, or funky cold Medinas start going on my screen. So plus it's hard to type right now, but I have so many different places to do that. I have a desktop that's getting a little old because you're a dinosaur when you're 10, right? So anyway, right now it's an amazing time. It's so good. You're so well loved. Don't forget, you're more deeply loved than you can even comprehend. So am I. It's wonderful. And most of us, I mean, so many of us that I'm meeting now as I'm getting this beautiful circle um, of people that are becoming more and more at peace with themselves. And, you're laughing at the movie, right? Don't choke on the popcorn. We've been telling each other what's coming for a long time. And as it's really coming fast now. It's kind of like when you get to that part of the movie where they've put in all the special effects and all the people are running super fast and there's explosions and the music is intense and it can be scary, but you start laughing because it's so much so fast, right? Well, that's what we see because we can see it from above. We can see it from above. We're looking down at the show, kind of like if you have box seats at a theater. We're getting the eagle's eye view now because we're rising above that busy, busy chatter, chatter crap. But you must you must see it. I know I do. There's this knee jerk reactionary doubt and fear. It's been there for a long time, but maybe because we're not so much in it, we're aware of it more. But where does it bubble up from? A lot of it comes from the propaganda, from too much brainwashing in the school indoctrination centers. Um, mm, Most of us have been through that crap, so we need to be patient. It's one of the key things right now. Um, we were all tricked, and it's not fun. And sometimes you want to hit those knee jerkers that come at you in the head with a 2x4, but we can't do that. We can't do that. We need to be patient and loving and kind. Be the example that you want them to see, that you want them to be. And then they have to decide if they're going to do it. I'll get more into that too, real soon. So the propaganda from those brainwashing schools, negative speak from years of television, Hollywood, the nightly snooze, the lies, the lies, the lies, and others in our circle who also have been poisoned with the mental verbal conditioning, and those ones in our inner circles, and I'll talk about that real soon. Um, how do we conquer and banish false fears and propaganda, uh, problem doubts? How do we conquer and banish those from our lives? This is tough sometimes. This is real tough. But some people are going to do it for us. They're just not going to invite you to the parties anymore because they can't handle that level of facts and those facts and they want people to be able to lie around them and join them in and they're uh, um, foolish, faulty, lying belief systems. So, and how do we conquer that? Be much more selective who we let into our circle, especially our inner circle of real friends, rather than just associates. And I'm going to talk about being more aware of the words too. Um, you know, everyone you know is not a friend. I think this social media was trying to teach us that part of the lies of the swampy types and the liars, the evil ones, all the same. Um, so rather than associates, now associates are like most of your coworkers, most of our family. Told you these are going to be tough ones. A lot of you already know it, but I'm just saying there's so many more people that are seeking these truths. So um, your neighbors, most of them aren't real friends. They're like associates. They're just people you know. You might know better than, people in the next town over. School friends, especially like, if you're in school, but yeah, um, friends from school for us older folks, that sort of thing. Now, these swamp system doublethink words must be fully comprehended. Yeah, so you have your outer circle, which is more associates, and your inner circle has to be close friends. And I've always said count them on one hand. This seems to be really good advice. Your real inner circle shouldn't be more than five. And some of them will come and go and come and go. Your bigger circle of those associates, pseudo somewhat friends, those are going to really come and go more. And that's okay. You don't have to be a doormat to keep any of them. We're going to talk about that more too. So these doublethink words from the swamp system, they must be fully comprehended. Comprehended is one of those words that over the last couple of years I've been struggling with not using the word understand, because you only want to understand God, because you don't want to stand under any fellow members of mankind. And you certainly don't want to stand under the cabal and the swampy evil ones. Never give them permission. Never say, I understand what you're saying, if they're trying to enslave you or ensnare you. So you need to comprehend these words, purge and replace the wrong tearing down type words with the right thinking, uplifting, goodly, godly words. And a lot of these words intentionally have changed. We've seen them, like wicked means evil. Wicked doesn't mean good. And the cabalers have been trying, and I've had some videos about that words mean things, right? Like Rush Limbaugh used to say, words mean things. And you can't just switch them around, you know? What is a Native American? Anyone born in America. What is America? Well, we call these United States of America. See, even these, not these United States of America. If you are the United States of America, you've given your centralized government too much power. It's these United States of America. And these aren't just petty things. These are all growing more aware of the words you use and put into your mind. And that's how you change and grow and move up. And so these are important things to do. And it is, a challenge now. I've been trying to be more selective in my language for 20 years. It's just like everything else, speeded up over the last 2 or 3, 4 or 5. All right, maybe a couple examples might help, but I'm sure you have some where you put yourself down. uh, or you have an attitude of like, thank God it's Friday, or oh, it's Monday. These are all conditioning. If you're doing what you love every day, it's going to be a great pleasure. So think back to when you're a kid and try to find out what it is that you love, that you always wanted to do, and move towards that, because that's where we're headed. You're not going to have to work in these systems where you're doing something you hate. I'm not going to say, that it's going to be perfect, but it's going to be a lot better. A lot better. Are you seeing that? Are you are you aware of that? I think you are. I think most of you guys are. Um, so instead of calling yourself a bad name if you make a mistake, think, what am I learning that makes me stronger from this lesson or this experience? And you have to fit that into your own vocabulary, into what works for you. Try to cut out attacking and competing with everybody and having to have the last word. If the last word isn't a compliment, you've just made a mistake in most situations. I'm not talking about if you're getting attacked. That's different. But still, you don't have to win. You just have to love on them. Hang on, we'll get there. And these doubt think words and thoughts were attached to us by others based on their fears. They need not define who we are. Your doubts, your hates, your uh, fears, doubts, hates, don't define me. And I do not let them, I will push them away. I will correct someone. Like if they say, you're weird because I'm a distinct individual, I will inform them of that. No, no, what you're trying to say. Weird means like I've got a horn coming out of my head, or, an eye hanging out here, or maybe a third ear on my chin. That would be weird because that's a magical disturbance word. It's not positive and uplifting. Unique individual is what you meant. I've been correcting people about that since I was a kid, because I thought for myself. And I realized early in my life, say fourth grade. How old are you in fourth grade? 10 or 11 maybe in fourth grade? Something around there, right? Yeah. And so I knew I wanted to be a writer. I was writing little rhymes and things in fourth grade and little stories. I say little because, you have to start somewhere. But they were preparing me for, as I got older, to become an individual, which now I know is a sovereign member of mankind. See, these are building blocks. God has blessed me with a lot of this, but I also had to take action and, say, no, no, you're not getting away with that. Bullies don't like it when you tell them how it is, and then you back it up. You have to be ready to back it up if you stand up to a bully, but it usually only takes one punch on the nose or a good tackle, knock them on their back, get the wind out of them a little. All of a sudden, oh, it's just kidding, you're cool, right? This happened to me because I was a new kid in school a lot. Anyway, I'm getting off the path. Let me get back onto this trail. And just to tell you that I've been working at this for a long time, so be kind to yourself. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. I keep saying that because, you know, um, all in its due course. So yeah, you have to be more aware of these words, and don't let other people's fears dictate who you are. Anyone in our inner circle who attacks, ridicules, or tears down needs to be warned. And if they do not want to grow, and many will not, then they need to be pushed away. So if anyone is like always and coming at you, especially in your inner circle, you need to start distancing yourself from them. I have an expression now. This is I've never heard anywhere else, and I've been saying this for many, many moons, if I may use a little tribal language, as I do have Blackfoot in me. So zip it if you're saying all these Marxist newspeak things. Hang on. Computing. Sorry, I've been watching a lot of Star Trek with Data, the next generation. He'll pause for a second while his programming kicks in. I've always been able to relate to Spock in the first series. I always loved Spock because guarding your emotions when I was little helped me to be safe against some negative things from, being a new kid all the time and a lot of moving and all this drinking in the family and stuff. But I've been able to push away negativity by guarding my emotions. But when I grew up, I got to relearn my childhood that I sometimes skipped over. It's amazing. God's so good. He's so good. He lets you be as a child before him when you're an adult, even if I had a great childhood as well at times. I mean, we lived in the woods. We always got to climb trees and dig pits and move stream courses and, throw mud at each other and roll around in the dirt and investigate ants and worms and plant our own food, grow it. Ducks, we had ducks and rabbits, and it was fun most of the time. And I'm very thankful for being raised in a place like that. But you need to, so the expression, yeah. Are you lifting up or tearing down? It does make a difference. I always put A.D. Boynton next to that quote because I'm pretty sure I came up with that one on my own, so why not? Are you lifting up or tearing down? It does make a difference. People say it in different ways, but that's it's a good one. You'll admit that. So blocking negative attacks after the third time of sending love to these folks, either in your circle, your family, or on social media, that's my rule of thumb. On social media, someone comes at me for something I posted on my wall or my area, if it's now I'm not talking about constructive criticism. I'm talking about cussing me out and saying I'm full of shit or something like that without even trying to find out what I'm talking about. And some people have a different way of approaching you than others, so you need to be loving to all of them and see, is this someone who's just out to find out the truth, or is this someone who really just wants to troll you? Because to trolls, I block. It's not fun. It's not uplifting. It's not positive. If they just want to be ignoramuses, they can do that somewhere else. You'll see that on my where I post this video. I don't mind having discussions with people. I love that. Of course, I'm a motor mouth. I'm a thinker. I love meeting different people and seeing what they think. But I'm not here to change your belief system. I'm here to enlighten you with what God's been teaching me. and what I've been researching and finding out, and what Holy Spirit has been guiding me with. So you have free will. Whoop, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's coming right up here if I remember right. So keep that negative nonsense away as we do the work to be loving, sovereign members of mankind. As we do battle with the old rotten talk, excuse me, the old rotten talk, we just cannot be constantly brought back down by others unwilling to do their own work. See, it's this is goodly and godly, and it is a reflection of free will. We must also be steadfast in being gentle on ourselves, gentle and patient and forgiving. Be that way to others, but be firm in protecting who you are growing and changing to become. You know who God says you are. Be unwavering in anyone else trying to tell you who they think you are. There's a great expression in Herbalife meetings. I've heard uplifting speakers talk about personal development people, and I've heard this a few different times. A real close friend and a business partner also says it. One way to say it is someone else's opinion of you is worth exactly what you paid for it, right? Can I give you a piece of free advice? No, thank you. Not if it then is a ridiculing you for your personality or your loving kindness or your light. No. And a great way I've heard it said is free advice is worth a warm bucket of spit. Another thing, that's a good one. I don't think you'd pay too much for a warm bucket of spit, would you? Especially someone else's spit. Maybe your own spit. That'd be one thing. Gross. That's a gross way to illustrate it. Oh, there's one other way that's good. Oh, it just escaped me. Hang on, let me compute. Well, anyway, it's not come back to me. I'll keep going. Not everyone grows the same way or at the same time. But be certain you will meet many, many new friends to nurture and learn from as you move away from old relationships that no longer encourage or believed in your growing. If they don't know who God says you are, and He says you're a mighty, powerful being of light and love and boldness and wisdom and kindness and growth and expansion and sharing and learning and teaching and helping and healing and driving evil away and feeding and clothing and loving and multiplying and nurturing and forgiveness and patience. And if that other person doesn't even know that about themselves, and they don't know that about you, and they don't accept it in you, and they ridicule it, make fun of it, try to tear it down, say awful things, they're done. They're done. Now, you can love them, but sometimes you just say it outright. Sometimes you just do it by your actions. You start putting them out into that outer circle, not the close little circle close into you. or push them completely away. But say, look, I'm here. If you start to see that what I'm saying is true and you have any questions whatsoever, remember, I love you. My Heavenly Papa loves you. And I'm here for you. So come back anytime you want to be loving, come back because I'm here. But you can love somebody and not trust them and not be a doormat and not want to be attacked daily. And that's what you do. You move them away. Love them. Be there for them because we're going to need to be there for a lot of folks. The ones that survive this great awakening and then decide through their free will that they want to be part of it because it's not going to be for everyone. Not everyone is coming along on this with us. Not everybody is willing to admit mistakes enough to be able to grow where we are going. But, like I said, did I say? You will meet many, many new friends. Yes. As you move away from these old relationships. And that's very exciting. So that's where I'm at. And I can't tell you what's beyond this because I don't know. But it's beautiful. I do get glimmers of understanding, of comprehension, little assistances by the spiritual people, angels, Holy Spirit. I've been shown ways to look down in third heaven authority and see areas that need more prayer and areas that are exploding with goodly godliness. And they're starting to ask for remittance of sins in their own neighborhoods and in their own families and in their own lives. Pray for blessings of strength and clarity of vision and wellness and knowledge for how to accomplish those things. Pray for that in your cities, in your towns, even in your neighborhood, even if you live in the country, for your neighbors. Pray those things for your neighbors. Ask God to remit our sins. That means Jesus already did that. But you can lead people to ask for forgiveness by asking for your neighborhood to be remitted of sins of all of us. That's you and all the neighbors, like your immediate neighbors. Of course, we're all neighbors in one way because we're all brothers and sisters in one way. But if each person that is a warrior of the light and a defender of love and our precious little ones, and liberty and freedom through responsibility, if all those people would pray intentionally in their own areas, I mean, I won't say if, as we do this, it's repelling the infection from the evil ones, from the liars, from the swamp, from the swampy teachings that we got. And I'm not saying all teachers are bad, because there's so many good ones. But some of them are almost dead inside from what they've had to do for so long. Just like the doctors, that know that these protocols are deadly, and yet they're doing it to make a lot of money. Those ones are going to go away. Those ones need to ask for, they need to repent, they need to ask for forgiveness soon, real soon, because, it is coming to a time when the ones that sought our destruction and enslavement are going to go away. They will not be able to, they can't come along. You don't want evil people coming along in our new systems as we are filling with light and love this realm that we live upon. And God has set us as stewards to be here. And there's been a liar lying to his minions, which, cute cartoon, right? The little Twinkie minion things. Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, so cute. Yeah. They serve this friggin' evil overlord or something. I don't know. I don't watch the crap. All I know is the word minion was like beep, 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 beep. Do you know what that means? Servers of the evil ones? Really? Yeah, that's something to teach kids about. That cute. Yeah, cute. Especially when they come into your brain and infect you. Anyway, that is how you train your brain to notice the wrong use of words. And you can help people with that, but you can't make them change. You can't make them turn off their TV or their computer games for 2 weeks. Video games. Whatever you want to call them. Gaming. Right, now it's a way of life. Okay, there you go. That's healthy. Prison pallor, anyone? Oh, did you just get out of jail? No, I'm a gamer. Oh, so you don't go out into the sun anymore to get cleansed, to purify your body, to boost your immune system? I mean, between walking, right, or swimming, and the sun, God knew what he's doing. We're active. We're not supposed to sit around all day. You're just using lefty siding if you're just sitting and watching other people's dreams. And I'm not saying never do that. It's fun. Sure, go and have some fun. But be very aware of your time that you're putting into that versus what you could be doing. As a matter of fact, I need to go for a walk this morning. I'm seeing the sun outside. It looks beautiful. There's still quite a bit of snow up here in sunny northern Maine, but there's lots of shadows from the trees, so the sun is up and the clouds are gone away. So it's quite beautiful, and we are getting some more snow later, and maybe tomorrow, I think they're predicting. The weather guessers. Anyway, that's enough for today. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe. Hit the ring-a-ding-a-bell. Wait. Don't forget to hit the bell and the thumbs up. And I'll put some information down below as far as something that can really help get you some good nutrition, which is my business website, some really high quality food to put in you, and also Eastern pine you can make tea out of. It's very good for your blood. This is nothing new. It's just one of the good things that are available for these trying times, especially if you have someone in your family or in your closer circle, which you're going to have to be very wary of that if they've got those stabs. And then there's things that can affect you from their stab if it's one of the bad ones. And they weren't all, so thank God for that. And Donald Trump rushing it out. So they didn't have the time to make as much crap as they were going to do. And as vicious of a crap that they were going to stick in us. And yeah, so there's also peppermint tea. Don't forget that. I meant to mention that as I was talking about being gentle and patient and forgiving with yourself. If you have a cup of peppermint tea, and this is something that you can grow in your garden or even in your window garden, in your kitchen or whatever, inside your apartment or in your home, all winter long, peppermint, and you can get it. It's very cheap. That's why the rotten sickness systems didn't like us talking about it, don't like us talking about it, but they're going away. So become aware of it. Pine needle, eastern pines, the best. Um, Peppermint tea. You drink a cup of peppermint tea, warm peppermint tea, and it is soothing for the stomach. It strengthens the heart muscle. It cleanses your blood. And why don't we learn about this in school? It's a bit rhetorical, isn't it? If you've watched any of my other videos about these schools. That was not that was not to inspire health or thinking. Even the health classes pretty much have turned into sexual depravity, lust classes. Health? No. That will lead to poor mental health. If you think love is lust, yeah, of course they want everyone addicted, one way or another, and keep getting rich as long as everyone's sick. So drink your peppermint tea. If you get tired, if you get worn out, have some peppermint tea. It's also great for the nervous system. And you can lay down for a 15-minute nap, just a little nap, not even go full asleep. It will feel like you got an hour's sleep. It will rejuvenate because, like I said, it strengthens your heart muscle, your center muscle. You don't have to believe me, just try it. It's it's one of those old, healthy, simple, calming. Catnip tea is another thing. People go, no, I don't want that. It makes my cat crazy. Well, we aren't cats. Our systems are different. It's very soothing. You can combine peppermint, catnip, and pine. Now you're getting relaxing, cleansing in like 3 different forms. They work together well, and it's soothing and it's relaxing, and it is like a nerve tonic. It's very strengthening and calming. So that's a good part of being gentle and patient, forgiving for yourself. And how, remember, it's like that 3 strikes and you're out. If someone keeps coming at you, you be loving and saying, no, that's just not the way I see it. Why don't we just agree to disagree? Then 2 days later, they're coming at you again on your own wall, let's say on a social media platform or something, or in your face about something, and they're all, look, don't be cruel to them. Don't treat them the same way they're treating you, because because you've already moved past what they're stuck in. See? So that's the forgiving part. And they are looking to you because you are intriguing them. Most people are intrigued, even if it's mystifying to them, why someone they knew so well is so different now. They know. Everyone knows here, right? Deep inside, you know when someone's lied to you. You know when someone's full of shit, and you know when evil is near. You, you, we know this. Most people know that something's very, very wrong right now. That you have this, resident house plant that is that hid in a hole in the ground in his basement, right? They even said that themselves, taking some time off in the hole, whatever they call that. And he didn't campaign, and he beat the most popular president in modern history. by so many votes that it's more people than actually lived in the town. Or sometimes one town had more people than lived in the county. Come on. It's so obvious. That's why I'm saying we're laughing a lot. That's why we say enjoy the show. Get an extra large popcorn. Oh, I'm getting hungry thinking about popcorn. I'm gonna have to make some tonight or today. What the heck? I don't usually eat at night because I do intermittent fasting. And I'm going to do a video about fasting, maybe tomorrow, because it is interesting. I mean, people think you got to starve and be uh, angry and kick your dog and throw your cat across the room and scream and be horrible. And you might for an hour or two till you tell your stomach to obey you. You might feel a little bit grumpy, but you don't have to starve yourself. You can do intermittent fasting just to get used to it. Oops, I'm not going to talk about that now. You can look into that, and I'll do a video tomorrow about some fasting. I've been doing more research. I've done it myself a few times. I've done up to, what did I do? A week or two of no food, just liquid. I did have fruit juice, tried to have just water, um, and I had some like sugar level crashes, of course. You're going to, because a lot of that food has crap in it too, and your body's getting rid of it. So I did have fruit juice for some of them. I've done like a 3-day fast with just water, but usually I do intermittent fasting. So I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. God bless you. You are so well loved. I love you. I appreciate you guys. I really want to keep being able to reach out to you, encourage you, talk with you, and be taught. I like to be a teacher and I like to learn. I like to be a student and a teacher. I think you should keep learning your entire life. So always be ready to meet somebody with differing opinions and run it by your through your God sieve, by Holy Spirit, and your moral compass, so to speak, like Charlie Ward says, and then use that discernment that I talk about a lot. You know, use it, practice it, and part of that is incorrect. In is built. It's built and deepened through awareness of these words. That's one of the greatest ways to build your discernment. Using words the right way, not letting foul programming invade your being. You're a child of the Most High God, the creator of everything, Papa, Jesus, Holy Spirit, creator of everything. You're his child. You're the apple of his eye. And you allow what you want to enter into your existence. You're powerful, but you also need to be humble, but bold and gentle and wise. We need to do battle with the enemy, and sometimes the enemy is inside us all. It's in the gate. It's already in the gate. And you need to do battle with that. And tell your stomach and tell your mind, you obey me. I am a child of the Most High God. I am an eternal being. These little bits and pieces will obey me. Tell it. It feels funny when you first do it. Now, oh, I will just laugh if it tries to control me. The foul old thoughts. And, and you don't have to be perfect. That's part of being forgiving of yourself. You're going to need to practice this. and it will get easier and easier, and it will be like, wow, I can't believe I used to say X, Y, or Z about me or about people around me. Are you lifting up or are you tearing down? It makes such a great difference. You're meant to be filled with joy. Are you filled with joy? Be honest. Could you have more joy? Do you dare? Do you dare to let love, real, true God love, cleanse your soul and strengthen your being? Do you dare to reach beyond what you comprehend right now? Because we're meant to be growing and changing and, embracing that and helping other people to see it's okay. It's okay to be doubtful. Just you've seen this, now keep trying to get better. You've seen some of this truth, now keep trying to learn more. You've seen what better can be, now you have to keep being better. The more I know I don't know. So seek the knowledge, but not for knowledge's sake, but to see what you may become and to move towards what God says you are meant to be. Have a great day. God bless you, and I hope that stirred your soul and warmed your cockles, as my mother used to say. Warmed my cockles. She had a wee smidgen of Irish in her. St. Patrick's Day is coming, less than a week. Woo-hoo. Have a great day. Don't forget, get outside, get some sun. Don't look like you just got out of prison. Of course, you're looking at me, friggin' Snow White here, right? Hey, I live in northern Maine. It's hard to get much sun on me, but I'm going to go get a little bit today. We can go skiing and look like a cooked lobster in 5 minutes. All right, you have a great day. Yourself making it, and go give yourself a hug. If there's no one else around, if there's some loving people around, make sure you tell them how much you love them and give them hugs. We're meant to exist in happiness and joy, and growing and changing, expanding and loving. Catch you tomorrow with some fasting info.